Welcome, dear students. Hope you all are doing well. In my previous video, I have explained you about the River Valley civilization. In that, I have explained you about the Mesopotamian civilization, their social life, their town planning, their occupation, the achievements during that time. In today's video, I am going to explain you about the Chinese civilization and Egyptian civilization. So I hope you all are ready to learn about it and excited to know more about this civilization.
History Chapter 2, The River Valley Civilization. In this we have already learned about the Mesopotamian civilization. I hope you all remembered about the civilization, source material, the town planning, the social life, the occupation, their script, and how Mesopotamian civilization has contributed in mathematics and astronomy. Today we will learn about the Egyptian civilization. Egypt, often called the gift of the Nile. Nile was the river name. Was the seat of another great Bronze Age civilization. The annual floods of the river Nile provided fertile land and water for irrigation. Hence, the Nile Valley became a seat of civilization. In spite of being surrounded by deserts, the history of ancient Egypt between 3000 BC to 1000 BC can be divided into three phases. The Old Kingdom, second is the Middle Kingdom, and the next one is the New Kingdom. I repeat, the first is the Old Kingdom, second is the Middle Kingdom, and the third one is New Kingdom. Now we will learn about the source materials. Generally, the source materials are the literary source materials and the archaeological source materials. I have already explained you in my previous videos that what is a literary source material and what are the archaeological source materials. The literary source materials are the form of the hydrographic writing on papyrus and engraving on pillars, walls of tombs and palaces. The archaeological source material includes the following. If you see in this picture, this is the kind of the hydrographic writing was there during that time. This is the kind of a hydrographic writing was done on the wall of Egyptian monuments. Now come the archaeological source material includes the following. The building structures like pyramids, temples, palaces, administrative buildings, pillars, canals, which gives us an idea of their town planning and public work activities. Statues of various mythological figures and rulers. Town planning. In the city of ancient Egypt, a royal road ran parallel to the river Nile. It connected the northern and central part of the city. The luxurious stone residence of the loyalty and high officials were situated in the north, and the king's official residence, temples, administrative buildings, storehouses, and clusters of mud brick houses of ordinary people were situated in the center. Now we will discuss about the social life of Egyptian civilization. The king was regarded as a god, and his will, his decision was the law. He was given the title Pharaoh. He was at the top of the social ladder. You can see in this picture, followed by the priest and officials, which were known as nobles also. The craftsman and the farmer came next, and also the people who used to work as artisans, and the slaves occupied the lower rank. Women could own and inherit property. Some women, like queen, even ascended the throne. Now we will learn about the occupation and crafts. The agriculture was the chief occupation of the people during that time. The Egyptians dug canals to divert the excess flood waters into the irrigation places. Dogs, goats, donkeys, pigs, camels, oxen, and horses were domesticated. The Egyptians were skilled at weaving, stoneworking, glassmaking, and carpentry. Trade seems to have been carried on by land and sea, and along the Nile as well. You can see in the picture how they are doing the stoneworking on the stone with the colors, beautiful colors putting on it. Now our next topic is religion. Let us learn about the religion which was followed during the Egyptian time. The sun god Re was the most important Egyptian god. The moon, the floods, and other natural phenomena were also worshipped. There were some local gods too, represented by the symbols of certain animals like the crocodile, jackal, and the cow. Basically, they were nature lovers. They used to believe in the supreme power of sun, moon, fire. So they used to feel they are very powerful. Without that, their life will be incomplete, will be not possible to get all the necessary things. So they used to worship all these things during that time. They also worship cow, thinking that they give milk to them, and they use those milk as a food product. So they think that if they are not there, they will be not able to get the milk for their surviving. They also believed that after death, both the body and the soul continue to live in another world. Accordingly, they embalmed the dead bodies, like they apply salt and some chemical on dead bodies in order to preserve them, which we call it, name it as a mummy. These bodies were then wrapped in strip of cloth and preserved in coffins. These inbuilt bodies are known as, or we called it, mummies. The coffins were buried in tombs along with the personal belongings of the dead. Fabulous riches were found in the tomb of the Egyptian time, because they used to bury the things with the dead people, because they used to think that life after that, so maybe they will need these all necessary things later on also. So they used to bury all the necessary and important things with the dead. Now we will talk about the script, the art of writing. The Egyptian script is called hieroglyphic. If you see very clearly in this picture, you can see the alphabets. That means, hieroglyphic means this carving, because they used to do carving on these stones. The Egyptians wrote with reed pens, R-E-E-D, reed pens, which I have already explained you what type of reed pen they used to use in my previous video. On the dried and flattened stem of a local plant. The script consisted of symbols representing different ideas and sounds. If you see the picture and the alphabet, which are the symbols of the representing the idea and the sound of that alphabets. These are the reed pen. And this is the plant of a papyrus. I was talking about the flattened stem of a local plant called papyrus. So they used to write with the reed pen on the dried and flattened stem of a local plant, which is known as papyrus. Now we will study about the development in science and technology. The Egyptian devised a system of counting in tens. They also learned how to calculate the areas of triangles and rectangles. The Egyptians developed a solar calendar. They observed that the interval between two floods was 365 days and divided this period into 12 months of 30 days each. The remaining 5 days were set aside for festivals. The Egyptian year therefore fell short of the solar year for 1/4 of a day only. See how they used to calculate the triangle and the rectangles. The Egyptians also had great knowledge of surgery and human anatomy. They used most of the natural resources to cure the people. The most wonderful creation of the Egyptian are the pyramids, which were built as tombs of pharaohs. Each one contained a king's mummy and his precious belongings. The pyramids are made of huge blocks of stone cut to shape and fitted together. The walls of the inner chambers are decorated with beautiful paintings and hieroglyphics. The pyramids show the engineering skill of the Egyptian. The Great Pyramid at Giza near Cairo was built for the Pharaoh Khufu. The Egyptian built temple decorated with huge statues and massive columns. The temples at Karnak and Abu Simbel are the most renowned ones. These temples were moved to new site during the construction of the Aswan High Dam. The Egyptians also made figures of a mythological animal. The Egyptian also made figures of a mythological animal called the phoenix. The phoenix usually have the body of a lion and the head of a man. With this, we complete here our Egyptian civilization point. I hope you all are clear with all the points. You can go through the slides again to understand it well. We have already discussed about the town planning, the social life, the occupation, religion, the kind of script of Egyptian civilization, and also the technology, the science development they have done. And also we have come to know that how they had a great knowledge of surgery and human anatomy. Now we will discuss about the next civilization, which is the Chinese civilization. The Bronze Age civilization in China developed along the river Huanghe. Around 1765 BC, the Huanghe is called the Sorrow of China, as it often changes its course after a flood, causing a lot of damage. The Chinese civilization flourished first under the Shang dynasty and then under the Zhou dynasty. You can see in this picture how the Huanghe is turned into the Sorrow of China due to the course of flood. Now we will learn about the source material of Chinese civilization. Again, it has first part is literary source materials. The second part is about the archaeological source materials. The literary source material includes records maintained on bamboo scripts, bones, and silk scrolls. The archaeological source materials include the following: building structures like large platforms which bear impressions of buildings such as palaces, administrative buildings, temples, and workshops for the production of various kinds of goods. The bronze tools, weapons, and pottery, bamboos, and silk goods, tortoise shells and bones used for the purpose of the various kinds of goods. Now we will study about the town planning during Chinese civilization. The ancient Chinese city was laid out on both sides of the river. Along the city street were situated palaces, temples, and administrative buildings. Along these streets were workshops involved in making pottery. Jade means a stone green or white in color, and bronze casting goods. The Chinese way of life means the social life of Chinese civilization. The king held the highest position in society. He was assisted by a class of nobles who gave him military support and received land grants in return. As war were frequent, soldiers held an important position in the society. The merchants and craftsmen came next, followed by the farmers. Then the last category was the slaves, were at the lowest level of the society and had to go through a lot of hardship during that time. Now we will study about the occupation and craft work during Chinese civilization. Agriculture was the chief occupation of the people. The Chinese grew rice and wheat. They had an elaborate system of irrigation. Their irrigation system was so advanced that the quality of the rice and wheats were better than others. The Chinese wore linen and acquired special skills in making silk from the cocoons of silkworms. They were skilled pottery and made remarkable crockeries. They mastered in silk making as well, especially in bronze casting. These are the pictures of the Chinese crockery making. You can see how beautifully the color combination and the crockeries are looking. They were also the first one to develop the paper. Now we will talk about the religion. The Chinese worshipped the forces of nature. Ancestor worship was prevailed in the ancient China. The Chinese believed that the spirits of the dead had great power. The dead were wrapped in matting and buried along with their precious belongings, as the Egyptian also believed in the same way. The Chinese consulted the priest to learn about the future. The oracles held tortoise shells or cattle bones over fire. When the crack appears to those bones, they interpreted them to predict the future. Now we will learn about the Chinese script. The Chinese script was pictographic, that is, words were represented by picture. Later on, pictures were replaced by signs, each sign representing an idea. The script was written with artistic brush strokes on silk, bone, or bamboo strips. This is the picture of the early Chinese script on bone. You can see how they have written the script on the animal bone. This is the Chinese script which was written on the silk with the help of brush strokes. Now we will learn about the development in science and technology. The Chinese calculated the length of the year very accurately as 365 1/4 day. They did this by combining solar and lunar calculation. They could even predict eclipse. These are the few inventions during the Chinese civilization time. The Mironov campus, umbrella, paper, gunpowder, paper ink, and kites. A valuable contribution they have done and made a rich legacy has been left by them for the mankind. This is the picture of the Great Wall of China. The Great Wall of China was built in 3rd century BCE, which is a remarkable in the field of architecture and also one of the 7th wonders of the world. This is basically covered by the natural hills barriers to keep the China Wall safe. The facts. The China Wall, the Great China Wall was built between 214 and 204 BCE by thousands of poor farmers. Short bits of wall were joined up to make the longest wall in the world, stretching over 2,200 kilometers. The wall is up to 15 meters high and is wide enough for a bus to drive along the top. This is also one fact about the Chinese civilization. The first emperor of China was King Zhang of Qin in 221 BCE. He defeated the rulers of all the states that made up China and founded the Qin dynasty, from which China gets its name. The Han Dynasty 206 BCE to CE 220 opened up trade with the West. The invention of paper and writing ink helped the things to preserve and also spread the knowledge. In this Chinese civilization, we have learned about the kind of their social life, about their town planning, about their occupation, about their religion, their kind of script, and the various developments in the field of science and technology. The Chinese silk has been a great invention of them, which has further added and many more things like invention of paper, invention of gunpowder, invention of writing ink, invention of signograph, and also the Chinese silk. They have added to the glory of this civilization and significantly contributed in changing the course of world history. We have also learned about that the Chinese developed an accurate solar and lunar calendar. They used a pictographic script. Later, the pictures were replaced by the signs representing the ideas of it. We also learn in the civilization that the Chinese worshipped the forces of nature and believed in ancestor worship. The oracles predicted the future. Beside agriculture, the Chinese were mastered in metallurgy and the technique of making silk and pottery. The king was the head of the society in ancient China, who was followed by the nobles, soldiers, merchants, craftsmen, farmer, and then at the last, finally, the slaves' positions were there. We also learn in this video that building a workshop producing various goods were situated along both sides of the river. I hope you all have understood the all type of civilization which has taken place during the River Valley civilization. So we have learned about the Mesopotamian civilization, then we have learned about the Egyptian civilization, and then we have learned about the Chinese civilization. So with this Chinese civilization, we are going to end up our chapter 2. Few assignments are followed with this video. Kindly do it in a proper way. Your assignments are, the first one is, what was the main difference between the calendars developed by the Sumerian and the Egyptians? I repeat, what was the main difference between the calendars developed by the Sumerian and the Egyptians? Your second assignment is, write briefly on Chinese achievements in architecture and sculpture. Your third one is, describe the script that developed in Egypt and China during the Bronze Age. I repeat, describe the scripts that developed in Egypt and China during the Bronze Age. So you have to describe the script of Egypt as well as China. The fourth assignment is, why is Egypt called the gift of the Nile? Why is Egypt called the gift of the Nile? So you will do all the assignments in your notebook. Do it very neatly. Any kind of a doubt you have related to this chapter, go through all the 3 videos related to the chapter 2. You will able to clear your doubts, and if not, then you can write or you can wait till the time school is going to open. But I'm sure if you go through the videos properly and note down the points, then it will be very easy to understand these topics.
With today's video, I complete the history chapter 2, the River Valley Civilization. In this chapter, we have learned about the 3 civilizations: Mesopotamian civilization, Egyptian civilization, and Chinese civilization. The next civilization, Indus Valley civilization, we will learn in our next video. So I hope, students, all the 3 civilizations and the reason of their settling down near the rivers, what kind of achievements and development they have brought in the world, I think it is clear to you all. If not, then go through my video 2-3 times. Note down the important points which will help you to understand the chapter well. and also do all the assignments very neatly in your notebook. You have any kind of a doubt or questions, kindly note down. When school will reopen, we teachers will definitely clear all your doubts and give you all answers of your questions. Thank you, dear students, for watching my video. Stay safe. God bless you all.